So, good morning everyone from European Space Week here in Sevilla in Spain. I'm here honored to be with Raúl Verdú, the CEO and founder.
Well, yes, I am CBDO, so the Chief Business Development Officer today. But yes, co-founder of Building Space.
Excellent. So, we're here in front of your masterpiece so far.
True.
You've gone through very turbulent times, but let's start a little bit about how PLD Space started. You started how long ago?
Yes, so we found the company in 2011, so being students at that date, so studying industrial engineering, and my colleague, my co-founder Raúl Torres, he was studying aeronautics engineering, and we was like very enthusiastic about the aerospace industry, starting to do like some rocketry rockets, like just for fun, playing during weekends, but having a look in the market, how in the States they are developing like very small companies at that day, like SpaceX or Blue Origin and so many others that today doesn't exist. And with that idea, we start to convince our government, our national innovation agency called CDTI, to develop a big, liquid rocket engine. And that was the seed. So we convinced our national government. We also closed a private round of investment at that date of €1 million, and that was the seed of that Miura family vehicle.
Yeah.
So the problem we had at that day that we received that money, and we delivered what we promised. So we delivered that demonstrator engine.
Yeah.
And that was in 2015. So what's our first hot fire. And after that, we start, to develop, all the other subsystem of the vehicle, like structure, avionics, GNC, ground mechanisms, flight software, ground software, so everything. So we work for a decade, like developing all the subsystems, all our, basic technology, and to maturing the value proposition to our customer, because at the end of the day, this is a business, so it's
of course.
We love to do rockets, of course, but our idea is not just to manufacture the rocket, is to solve the problems of our customers. And you mentioned it before, so we struggle a lot. So it was a very, very, very hard way. So it was super hard to, to go step by step with no credibility. Yesterday we talked in public, so it's hard to deliver, to convince people that we can deliver the same excellence as the legacy companies. Even today, because I remember very well when we started the company, everybody, all the experts of the industry say like, this is impossible, they are just students, blah, blah. When you start with the engine, they say, but it's just a demonstrator, blah, blah. When we qualify for flight, no, but it's just an engine, so there are no rockets. You manufacture the rocket, but it's not flying, blah, blah. We fly, but it's just as a suborbital mission. Yeah. So, I think credibility is when you deliver. So we are very, very proud. We suffer a lot to develop that, but today I think we have the confidence of Europe. Yesterday, our DG or the DG of the European Space Agency say like they are trusting also in the newcomers to develop bigger things. A lot of pressure of us.
Well, they're all pointing at you now.
Yes.
And
yes.
Let's focus on the present, because with the successful launch of serial number 1, this is serial number 2.
True.
With the successful launch of that, everything changed.
Yes.
And now the present looks very different than the present 2 months ago, I would assume.
Yeah, for sure. I think we was a kind of, PLD Space and also our colleagues in Europe that they are trying to develop similar things. I think we demonstrate that we can deliver, and we put, an elephant in the room, because in the European ecosystem today we have a problem with the launcher, with the launchers in general. We are not capable to launch our own satellite. We need to rely on the Americans or another allies in the outside Europe geography. And I think the newcomer we can be part of the solution. Of course, we are an SME company, so we can solve the European problem. We don't want also for the moment, because our ambition is big, but we want to go step by step. So we are passing the message keep calm, because we can't move from it's impossible to you are the solution. So we need to go step by step. Maturating our technology and our business, and for sure in the next 10 years. 20 years, we will see, our ambition Again, it's super fun, and we are very happy and very proud to receive that kind messages from our ministries, from our European Space Agency, that they are today starting to try to rely on us to solve partially, let me say, the problem of Europe. And we are very lucky because we have like very, very interesting and promising projects like PLD Space and others in Germany, in UK, in France, Italy. So I think competing, we will have, let me say, a very our best, let me say, competitiveness level in that point. So the decision that was taken on Monday at ministry level, I think, was the good direction to develop, let me say, Europe in terms of launchers.
Yeah, I agree. Now, how much? Because right now Europe has nothing. Okay, so everybody's looking at you. Ariane 6 is not happening yet. Vega C is postponed. So right now there's nothing. So all the eyes are on you. In a few years, and let's switch to the future, that might be very different because you mentioned yourself, there's lots of competitors or colleagues at the moment, but they will in the marketplace. You said it yourself, there won't be enough space in the market for all these launches that are being developed right now. What is the future going to look like? I mean, you're working, this thing launched, it's not going to launch again, we're going to launch something much bigger in the future.
I think in the future our idea is to consolidate that, let me say, first test, because at the end of the day that launch, that successful launch was just the technological demonstrator, was just, it's a big step, but it's just, again, technological demonstration, so we need to consolidate our technology. The step in front of us to move from that technological demonstrator to an orbital class vehicle, it's massive. So it's hard to develop that technology. We know very well because it will be our second rocket. So I think in the future we will see like 2 or 3 consolidated players in new, let me say, consolidated players in Europe, because the market is so big. There are no space for everybody, unfortunately, because there are like thousands of new small launcher companies worldwide speaking, trying to develop something like us. So I think we are in a very strong position to lead Europe. So I think we can say like PLD Space today is leading that competition in Spain, but the competition is still to be very hard. And I love, let me say, to compete and also to collaborate with our very respectful competitors in Europe. I think our success is the success of everybody, you know, because I think that to put in the to put on the table that we are capable to do these kind of things. I think it's very good to support our organization and also the others. So I think we need to push as a European citizens to be competitive at global level, because to be the best one in Europe for us is not enough.
Yeah, that's what you said yesterday as well. I mean, everybody looks here, especially this is EU Space Week, so we look at the European capability, but you said it yourself again yesterday, that you're working in a global market. This is not a European market.
Everybody, you can say it or not, but the reality is that you compete at global level. We collaborate and we compete with the Americans, with the Latin countries, with Asia Pacific region.
So we see stuff happening in India right now on the small launcher front.
For sure. So, and I think this is good for the, let me say, for the citizen, because at the end of the day we want to reduce the price of the space infrastructure. There are Starlink today flying in orbit. You can, you know, using $70 per month, you can have a satellite internet connection with no latency. So, you know, we are living the future today. And I think what is coming, it will be even better, you know. So I am not saying like everybody we are flying using rockets to get Madrid from Alicante, but for sure I think the maturity level of that business, it will be increased in the next 10 years or something like that. And also we need to be patient, you know, because the challenge to do things like that, you know, we take like more or less 10 years to develop that vehicle. But we was like super efficient in terms of money burned to develop that. So I think PLD Space is the most efficient company today in terms of money to develop this kind of vehicle.
30 million euros to launch Mira 1.
It's nothing.
It's incredible, incredible.
So this is how our methodology, and we don't need, let me say, to close like massive rounds to develop that because of our efficiency. And I think that will be one of our main competitive advantages in the future, because of our reliability and our let me say, price, that it's properly set for a dedicated vehicle. So we are very, very proud, and this is just the beginning. So in the future we will see. We are of course, we have internal plans to do bigger things, but we want to go step by step, you know, again. So keep calm and let's keep pushing.
So let's look at the future, okay? Because the future is, you're not going to take another 10 years to develop Mura 5.
No,
in
for
fact, you announced that you are going to launch Mura 5, according to the plan, in about 2 years.
Yes, that's true. So, because Mira 5 is not starting after the flight of Mira 1, Mira 5 project started 2 years ago. And we are not just in the final phase, we are manufacturing all the test articles for qualifications. And we want to produce by the end of next year the first unit of Mira 5. So things are happening like super fast at the company. Having the heritage and the experience to develop Mira 1, the team is developing incredible fast, just going to the solution because we learned so many things that we want to follow and so many things that we, let me say, discard for Mira 5. So with Mira 1, we have so much confidence to succeed in our Mira 5 program. And this is why it seems like we will spend like 2 years, but it's not really the reality. So Mira 1 and Mira 5, there are two programs that they are going in parallel. And all the lessons learned coming from Mira 1 directly apply to Mira 5. And this is our value proposition because we don't see, let me say, a race to be the first one to launch something into orbit. We see a race to be the most reliable in the next 10 years. Right. So this is how we are, let me say, moving our product assurance level at maximum. And you know, to successfully launch in a maiden flight vehicle, a complex vehicle like this one, is not a coincidence. It's because of our product assurance level, our testing. So we are following, and sorry for that, the old space methodology for that, because you know, you can go super cheap, super fast, whatever you want, but if you fail, you will be out of the market because the competition today is super hard. So this is our let me say vision of that business today. And again, working hard. So because there are no, you know, yesterday someone asked me about the keys or the, you know, the successful keys. So there are no
you
like
were very
tricks.
clear about that. Yes, there are no tricks.
There are no tricks. It's just
hard work is a trick.
Yes. So we're very proud, and I think I am quite optimistic for the future. We will, let me say, face so many challenges in the future. We will fail in the future. But our company is super resilient, so you know, so we are very accustomed to pass bad moments and how to rescue, let me say, the situation when the things are coming like super bad. And I think this is again one of our values. So we can face so many problems and so super complex difficulties in front of us, and we are very. So we want to convert the Mura, the European launcher, in the future. So we want to do that.
And I think you have the support of, well, the people like Joseph Aschbacher, who was very supportive and the like, so that's very good. Now you're in a scale-up phase, okay? You're opening a new manufacturing facility very soon. How many positions do you have open? How many people
100,
want, everyone wants to work for Purely Space now.
Yeah. So again, so there are so many challenges in parallel. It's not just to develop the rocket, you need to have the manufacturing capacity. We have today 10,000 square meter workshop, and we will move it to 75,000 square meter hangars to produce in parallel 30 rockets per year.
30 rockets per year.
30 rockets. It will be massive. So it will be the most modern and serial production rocket factory in Europe. And we are very proud to develop that at regional level. So you know, we have a strong regional support in our area to develop that factory. And we are very, very, very proud to do that. And we need to fulfill that factory with technicians, because to be honest, of the 100 positions that we have open today in our webpage, there are so many that it's just, let me say, it's mainly technicians, because the engineering power we have, it's the same engineer that developed that incredible Mura 1. Of course, there are more engineers because we need to design more parts and things like that. But we are looking for welders, avionics technicians, mechanics, aeronautic mechanics, space mechanics, and things like that, because our challenge is to pass from a, let me say, R&D program to a serial production.
And that requires a different type of engineers and people as well. I
completely agree. Yeah. So this is the challenge we have in front of us, and also to, let me say, to hire the proper talent. One of the things that changed a lot after the flight is that part. So there are so many like very senior guys calling us to work with us, because they say, they call us, they say, Raúl, what you made, it's incredible. So I want to be part of that. So we are very proud, and of course we are pricing our old guys in the company, because of course everybody is welcome in the company, but I want to put on the table the effort of people in the company, like fighting with the Raúl Torres and myself in the past, I don't know, 7 years with no credibility, with no money. So that they are the heroes of that history. Not me. I am just in the front office because I am the business developer guy. But there are so many guys in my team that they are more talented than me. So very proud. I think the biggest asset we have at PLD Space today is our team. So and we want to increase. We need to double the size of the company, but we want to maintain that level of excellence.
No, of course. It probably helps that you're now suddenly the coolest company in Europe. So I hope people see
I
this.
don't want to be the most coolest because you know, to work at PLD Space is super hard. So there are bad moments, good moments. We suffer a lot. You need to work at night. You need to travel a lot. So I don't want to be, and I think we are not the most cool. We are the most profitable company. So that's the truth. So at the end of the day, and it's sad to say it, but we are a business.
Of course.
And we need to earn money. It's not super popular. Of course, what we made, it's amazing. You know, we work. You know, we are living a dream. Of course.
You know, that's the thing. And Pablo Gallego, he said it last week in a presentation. He said, PLD Space is a super cool company to work for if you are willing to get almost no pay, to work near the beach but never see the beach, and work 24/7, work your butts off to do something cool like that without receiving much in return. But having PLD Space on your CV now suddenly does become something really cool.
No, for sure. No, to work at PLD Space is very hard, but it's worth it. You know, because what you can live, let me say, in the company, it's massively. Of course, we always say, no, we have a 3-hour by car ski resort, but not get the season pass because you know, in March you will see that you went like 2 or 3 times. So of course we are working. We need to do. We call it a sprint. We have a 2 years sprint in front of us to launch that Mira 5, and it's worth it a lot because we are trying to make history. So it's not the coolest company; it's the better company in the world.
Well, and that's what matters in the end. So we saw the video about the emotions. I love the video that you made about the Mira 1 launch. It was all about the people.
Crying for 2 years,
exactly.
2 days. Yeah.
Exactly,
no.
that was amazing.
Of course, from the personal level, that milestone was massively. My personal point of view was crazy because I was not in the mission control center. I was in another office with my dashboard, just checking how the vehicle is performing during the pre-launch operations. And when I saw in the television how the rocket lifted, I ran outside just to see the rocket, and I started to hearing. And to be honest with you, I am waiting the moment of the failure.
Right. Okay.
You know, I am saying like, no, engine shutdown, or to crash or to lose the guidance, or to crash the structure, or things like that. And when I start to see like and hearing in the radio, like you know, the trajectory guys say like nominal trajectory, for me was like an incredible dream. I am emotional like today, so because at personal level was massive. You know, I don't know how we can. You know, you have one maiden flight, so it will be not repeatable. You know, for Mira 5 we will cry again, but not at that level because you know. And it's also sad to say it, but there are so many people that not trust on that. So having that flying is a way to say we can do it, and we do it. So very let me say emotional day, and again was again 2 years with 2 days with no sleep, you know, because a lot of adrenaline in the blood. So. But oh my God, we enjoyed it a lot, mainly with the team. So the team was super proud. And to say, come on and vamos Mura.
Exactly, and I don't think it was just the team, it was all of us,
everybody
in Europe and beyond, looking
at
this and saying, oh my God, what's happening here? And suddenly you put Europe on the small launcher map. So again, congratulations with this result.
Thank you very much.
I realize that you're not there yet, so we'll keep following. I'm really looking forward to seeing the next steps, and if you watch this online, then apply for this company. And vamos Mura 5.
Vamos Mura 5, yes, that's the next step.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Thank you.